Hello people, what is cracking Inspirational A here back with another video. So I've been doing a bit of research and I thought this video would be a good idea because I've seen a lot of people do these videos and it's something I can talk about and give you guys a bit of inspiration hopefully and help motivate you guys as well. So as you would know on this channel, I do MMA and that's completely turned my life around. From the way I eat to the way I act to, you know, all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be my body transformation video because I was never always the person you see on camera now. Like I said, I've given hints in previous videos that I've never always been this confident, non-reserved person that I am now. There's been 4 different stages. So the stages are obviously when I was younger. Then you got the addicted to the gym stage when I just went to the gym non-stop. Younger / addicted to the gym because I used to go to the gym a lot. My married stage.
Say what?
Believe it or not, I was married, and technically by law I still am. I'm just not with that person, which I'm not going to say her name or explain in detail why we split up because that's not for this video, and I made a promise I never would. Then you got addicted to the gym even more when I split from that person. And then you've got my life now, which is my MMA stage, as they call it. So let's take you back to my younger stage. I can't show you any pictures of my younger stage because, to be honest, I have no pictures of when I was a kid. Mum's never been into phones and technology, so she hasn't got any ones of younger than me. She might have some baby ones, but I'm talking like when I was 17 to 19. 18 to 21. That kind of time period. She doesn't have any pictures from that time period, and I'm not big on selfies, so I don't have any from that period either. But back when I was about 18 to 21, I used to be like any other young teenage kid. Went to the gym a lot, pretty much every day for a good 3 hours. I'd go every day near enough, like I said, 6 times a week. I'd go at 1:30 in the morning on Fridays sometimes. Whatever time it was, I went to the gym. That was all I was focused on, and that's all I wanted to do. And the reason I first started going to the gym was actually to lose weight and get fit enough and build a little bit of muscle to get a girlfriend, which obviously worked because I married. Well, I married the girl of my dreams, but I'm just not with her anymore. So I went to the gym, just built muscle, worked on cardio non-stop, and mainly worked on my legs for muscles. I didn't really work on upper body. I worked on legs most of the time, to be honest. Do I regret doing that? No, because I love how my legs look, and especially with the sport I'm now doing, MMA, it's very useful to have big, strong legs. But I would do arms and body now and again. I would do sessions where it'd be everything. So instead of what I do now, which I wish I learned to do this earlier in my stage of going to the gym, I would instead of doing, you know, go to the gym and do one session on one thing. So you do a cardio session, or you do an arm session, or you do a leg session. You do them in separate sessions. Which I do now. I didn't do that back in the day. I used to just go to the gym for 3 hours and work everything, and that used to be my routine. In the long run, did it work? Not really. In the short term, did it work? Not really. Yeah, kind of. Because the long term of it was obviously to build muscle, which I did build muscle, but it wasn't much. Was it in the short term to get a girlfriend? Did I go to the gym to literally go to the gym to lose weight and get a girlfriend? Yes, it worked in that sense because I ended up marrying the person I met and fell in love with. So yeah, in short term it worked. But you know, I just wish I knew what I knew now, which is to work each muscle on different sessions and different days. I was never confident back in those days either, like I am now. I was very reserved. I let people judge me all the time, and I kind of took people's opinions to heart quite often. So I was very, uncomfortable around people. I was just not a confident person like I am now. So then that leads me on to my married stage. Like I said, yes, I was married. Believe it or not, I am still technically married now. We have not split. We've split, like as in we've gone our separate ways. I am still in contact with the person, and I'm actually really good friends with the person still. I've even met her new bloke. He's the same guy. So yeah, we just you know, I'm not going to go into detail why it didn't work out, because that's a promise I said I would never talk about it, so I'm not going to. But, you know, I was married for 3 years. And so that brings me to that stage, the married stage. That's when I can show you photos, because I've got some photos from times I was with her. Obviously, the purse, she's not in the pictures. And that's when I kind of got lazy. The laziness kicked in then, because obviously you meet someone. When you meet someone, you can become lazy, because they know what you're like. They love you for you. In retrospect, do I regret being lazy and not keep working out and keeping up the fitness? Yes, I do. You know, I definitely do, because I just basically become fat and a lazy ass just because to me, I went to the gym to get fit enough to meet a girl. I ended up doing that. I ended up marrying her. So to me, I was like, in my head at these times was like, right, well, I don't need to go to the gym now. I don't need to keep up with the working out. I still worked out here and there now and again, but drinking basically become my new hobby. I basically went out near enough every weekend and drank instead of going to the gym. And I sort of worked nights in Astor. So, going to gym, because that's when I translated to a night job as well when I was in with my wife to Astor on nights. But this is some of the pictures, what I mean. You'll see in these pictures I become a bit lazy. Put a bit of timber on. So there's obviously one, as you can see. Well, you can't see because the bloody, there you go. I've got a bit of timber on me. I've got another one here that I'll show you. You can see, I've put a bit of timber on. So that's the kind of lazy stage I'm on about, where I become lazy and I put on timber. This is from Tell. I put on the timber. I become a little fat bastard, a little fatty. So yeah, that's when I become kind of lazy, because I was relaxed. I was with someone that I loved, someone who, you know, liked me for me. I was still very, not confident. I was still quite reserved now, which did cause its problems, because I was very judgmental of people as well. I was very wary of people. I still am nowadays, but I'm much more easier and relaxed to talk to. So then that brings me on to my third stage, where I got addicted to the gym, but did the right way of doing the gym, as you would say. So, little nod to someone I met there, who is in charge of X Academy and gives me inspiration every day. Right, back to what I was trying to show you now. So as you can see, that's when I started putting on a bit of muscle. That was Summer in the City 2017, when I not long split from my wife. Split from my wife for a while. And basically I went to what I used to do. I just went back to the gym, but I did everything correct this time. The correct way, because I met a friend in work. I've made with a friend in work who got back into the gym because he knew I went to the gym. But he did it different to me. And he did the proper way, or what you would call the proper way. I suppose everyone has their own way, but he would go to the gym and work on one thing one day, and it wouldn't be a 3-hour sessions, it'd like be an hour. I still would do 1 hour, 2-hour sessions, 1.5 hours most times. Granted, he would only do an hour, but he would work on a different muscle group a different day. So I kind of got into doing that then, doing the proper way of the gym, of going to the gym, working on each muscle a different day, and doing that like 5-6 times a week. Go gym, one day work on arms, one day work on leg, one day work on back, one day work on chest. And I really feel that helped me pull on the muscle, as you've seen in that picture, and become thinner, because that's when I also started getting into running and started doing my runs. As I said, that's when I really got into my runs. I went to the gym, did the gym. That's also when I started eating a lot healthier. So, like I said, I got into my runs then. Running became a big part of my life at that point as well. And then, at the point where I would do runs near enough every year. This is an example, because that's from 2018. And that was for my first ever run. And that was for a marathon run that I did for my stepdad, who passed away due to cancer. Then this one was in 2018, the Poppy Run. That was a little 3K, I believe it was, nothing major. 2019 Tough Mudder. That was another one I did, where that was a very muddy one. It was a 10K. And then the one that I've done this year, because I can't do any more this year, because of all obviously lockdown. Winter Warmer 10k. So yeah, that's kind of that stage. I kind of got into running, back in the gym, got on a decent diet as well, and I kind of was using the gym to, I guess, really reflect on myself, because it made me question stuff on myself when I split from my wife, and it also gave me a way to bury my feelings. Obviously, when you split from your wife, if you love that person, if you didn't, then obviously it ain't gonna be heartbroken. But I truly did love my wife, so for me it was heartbreaking. So I kind of took that time to question life, in essence. What's life? What do I want out of life? And that's when I really started, like I said, getting into the runs, because I really enjoyed running. So I thought, right, I'm going to get into runs and start, making a bit of something out of my life. That's when I started looking into martial arts as well, and getting back into the gym and all that kind of stuff. And it made me question myself, like I said, and I also used the gym then to rebuild my confidence back up, and to just try and become much more of a relaxed person, laid back kind of person. Which then led me to martial arts. Like I said, I looked for martial arts, and that leads me to the fourth stage, the stage I'm on now, the martial arts stage. So it's pretty much, I don't go to the gym anymore. That is one thing I have now cut out, because I got my home gym now, so I don't need that. I've got plenty of stuff here that I can build muscle with. There is stuff I want to get to, like a weight bench to put in there and a proper treadmill. I've got like a non-electric one at the moment, better mats, some more weights. There is stuff like that, but I use martial arts mainly, which I can show you some pictures. So these are probably the most recent ones. Obviously I changed the hairstyle up as well. That's why I said this is the MMA stage. I've completely kind of changed how I dress and look now. That's one of my most recent ones. So as you can see, really concentrating on muscle and getting the muscle and toned up. That's and there's another one. No fat on me now, hardly. And then this was the most recent one after my 40-day shred. So as you can see, that I got into martial arts, and it's really helped me tone up and take control of my diet. I use MyFitnessPal, which my coach recommended to me, to keep control of my diet in and get the right macros in me, and the right carbs, the right carbs, the right amount of fat and all that kind of stuff, and use martial arts to motivate me to get better. And just really, martial arts saved me in a way, because it's made me such a confident person now. I'm much more laid back and relaxed. I'm much more easier to talk to. I don't care what people think of me anymore. I don't let people judge me. I don't judge people so much now. I'm a much more laid back, chilled dude. And that's due to martial arts. Like I said, I don't go to gym. I have my own gym. I work out a lot as well, obviously still. But I do martial arts as well. So that's kind of the stage I'm on now, the MMA martial arts stage, where it's turned me into a completely different person. I feel I'm much more confident, outgoing, out there. I'm in the best shape of my life, as you've seen, much more toned up, much more relaxed. And that's kind of where I want to be. And it's not just about your body, it's about your mind as well. In my mind, I'm a lot happier now. I'm focused on stuff. I've got some big stuff coming up in the future for you guys that I'm working on behind the scenes, to do with music and other stuff. But it's also, like I said, about your mind. In your mind, you've got to be happy with yourself and your body, for your body to work. And I feel like I'm happy with myself. I'm not the biggest guy, no. I'm not the muscliest guy, no. But I'm happy with the way I look. I can look in a mirror now and think, do you know what? I look good. I look decent. I look toned. And that was one of my main goals when I got to that martial arts stage, which was the kind of stage I'm in now, is to get toned up. And build muscle, which I have. So, and like I said, I'm happy. That's the main thing you got to think as well. Mind needs to go with the body. In your mind, if you're happy, you're going to be happy with your body. Everyone has different goals. Some people want to get big, some people want to tone down. Mine was just to get toned up, build a little muscle, and get to a point where I don't have to look in the mirror and convince myself that I'm happy. Because that's what I used to do. I used to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I'm happy with myself. Now, it's no, I look in the mirror and I honestly can say I'm happy with myself, comfortable with the way I look and my body. It's no more force myself to be happy and force myself to be, So that's kind of my body transformation for the years. As you can see, for the years, it's kind of gone up and down. I've always been able to put on weight, and I've always been able to lose weight. But throughout the years, I've kind of always added stuff. So obviously, it started with the gym. Then I got lazy when I got married, and then got back into the gym, kind of bury my soul. My heart broke, and to find myself again, build the muscle, and then that's when I got into the running. Like I said, into the running again, and then I got. And then at the MMA stage where I'm at now, where I do jiu-jitsu 3 times a week, kickboxing once a week, one-to-ones once a week, still keeping up with runs, still plan to do more runs, but just focus a lot more on toning up my body and controlling my diet really well now. You know, all that little things. So, I hope you've enjoyed this My Body Transformation, probably a bit longer than I was hoping it was going to be, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Kind of gives you a picture of my body transformation. I was never always a confident person to where I am now, confident, outgoing, happy person. So I hope you enjoyed that. Next week's videos will be, both of them being recorded in advance, a challenge that me and my mate did, and the next podcast. So there won't be no MMA episode next week because I don't do that when I do the podcast. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out A Gaming. At some point tonight I will be gaming on there. So, well, probably just keep an eye out on A Gaming. I'll see you later. Cheers. Bye. Make sure you subscribe to A Gaming and this one.